welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to give you toned arms, very nice arms that you have been wanting for. I know that dress that you really want to show off, which is sleeveless and now you really want to wear it on some good party. So today the workout is exactly for you. So make sure to do it. Make sure to do it regularly. And if you like this video, please show your love by subscribing to our channel, by liking our videos, and I will see you soon in the gym. There are going to be 22 exercises, 40 seconds on followed by 10 to 15 seconds rest. We start with arm rotations. You make circles with your arm, first clockwise, and after some time we do anti-clockwise. I know these exercises sometimes look easy, but the one who is doing it knows it's not that easy. Then we move to arm circles. You make rainbow with your arms. First clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Hang on there guys, quick 10-second rest and then we move to forward and backward pulses. Look at the position in the video. You are doing a pulsing motion. First forward and then you take your arms back and then pulse. Bring arms forward, pulse. Take arms back, pulse. Very well. Now we move to down pulses. You make a T-like position with your arms and then do down pulses. Look at the position. These exercises look very easy, but they aren't. But it's very important to get your arms start working so that you can get the toned arms that you have always been wanting. Very well, 10-second break, we move to up pulses, the opposite of what we just did. Raise your arms and then move in upward motion in a pulsing format. And as you do all these exercises, make sure you are breathing right, you're not holding your breath, you keep your abs tight, you keep your glutes tight, and make sure that whichever muscle is being worked on, your brain is also on that muscle, because that's how you will get the best results. As we focus on the muscles, new neuro connections start to happen, which helps in building muscle in that area. Very well. The next exercise is tricep shoulder tap. It's like tricep dip in some extent. You get into a reverse tabletop position, hip a little down, and then tap one shoulder at a time. Keep breathing, abs tight, glutes
sucked in. And make sure you are breathing and not holding your breath when you do these exercises. Hands should be directly beneath the shoulder. Very well. We move to rotation plank now. Get into a hand plank position, then you make a T on one side, get back into the plank, and then T on the other side. Hand plank, T position, and then hand plank again. Very well. Now we move to up and down plank. You get into a hand plank, and from there you move to an elbow plank, and then keep on doing the same thing over and over for 40 seconds. And as you do this, make sure your ab is engaged and your shoulders and your hands are directly in one line in the hand plank position. And keep breathing, do not hold your breath. Very well. The next one is a little difficult. It's one arm push-up. You lie down on one side, hug yourself with one arm, and use the other arm to push your body up. This is a little difficult. It might not be easy in the first time. Look at the position, how you can move your leg to support your body. But this works really well on your upper body, on your arms, to get you into the shape that you have always wanted. Same thing on the other side. Now we use the right hand for pushing up the body. We have crab walk toe touch coming up next. You get into a reverse tabletop position, move 2 steps forward, touch your toe, alternate toe with alternate hand, then move 2 steps backward and repeat toe touching. When you touch the toe, breathe out and then breathe in when you bring the toes down. As you do this exercise, your abs should be tucked in. Make sure your hips are not drooping too much. Now we have rocking plank coming up next. You get into a plank position and start rocking. You move your toes forward and backward. The whole body is moving forward, backward, Make sure the body doesn't droop too much down when you come forward or backward. And abs should be tucked in, hips should be sucked in. If you want to press pause, you can take a longer break here, or you can continue with us. We get into the Superman position. Now we are becoming Superman. You lie flat on your belly and then lift your hand and legs together. And hold for 2-3 seconds, come down. Lift your hands and legs, hold, come down. You should feel it in your lower back, in your upper back. And squeeze your glutes as you go up. Very well. We get into the arm rotation position again. Again, we are rotating your arms and we get into the arm circles. You make a few rotations clockwise and then do anti-clockwise. These exercises are really going to relax your upper body so that you're ready for the next set of exercises. We move to arm circles just like how we did it at the beginning. You're making rainbows, half rainbows, clockwise, then anti-clockwise. These exercises will ensure that there is sufficient blood flow happening towards your arms so that whatever exercises you are doing, whatever muscles you are breaking, blood will flow and help you make stronger and better muscles there. You should keep smiling when you are doing all these exercises. We move to forward and backward pulse, just like what we did in the first part of this video. Coming up next are down pulses. I know your arms may be burning, but believe me, it's all worth it. Whenever you feel the exercise is getting too tough, just make sure to bring your focus on your breath, on your smile, and it will all start to look easy. We have up pulse coming up next. Keep breathing, focus on your breath, focus on the muscle that is being worked on, and focus on smiling. I know it's difficult, but you can do it. Now we have tricep dip coming up next. You get into a reverse tabletop position and then move your hip up and down and use your arm to push up your body. You should feel it in your tricep. If you're not feeling it in your tricep, that means there is something wrong with the form. You should exactly feel it there and feel the burn, focus on the burn. And keep your abs tight, keep your glutes tight. Nearly there. We have plank shoulder tap coming up next. You get into a high plank position, hand plank position, and then tap one shoulder at a time. Keep your tummy sucked in when you do this. Make sure your hands are exactly beneath your shoulder. Very well. We have push-up single arm raise coming up next. You do a knee push-up and then single arm raise. When you do a knee push-up, make sure your shoulder and your hand are exactly in one line. And you should feel it in your upper chest when you do this. Raise one arm to one side, then another side, then knee push-up. The form has to be very proper when you are doing all these exercises, especially the push-up form. Make sure you're doing it right and feeling it at the right places. Quick 10-second rest, and we have inchworm push-up coming up next. You get into a standing position, move like an inchworm, and then if you can do full push-up, you do. I cannot, so I do knee push-up. And again, as always, look at the position in the video for push-up. And make sure when you are doing it, you feel it on your upper body. Very well. There are going to be 2 sets, 14 exercises in each, 30 seconds on, followed by 10 seconds rest. Let's start with tricep dip. Set number 1. Take your position, it's reverse tabletop position. You do tricep dip. Look at the position of the arms in the video. You go down, feel the burn in the tricep. Initially you won't feel, but towards the end of the exercise, you should start feeling a little bit burn. And we have 10-second rest. Coming up next is plank shoulder tap. You have to get into a plank position on your hands and then you tap one shoulder at a time. Get into the position, make sure your hands are right beneath your shoulders, back straight, core engaged, tapping one shoulder at a time. Keep your core engaged. Guys, remember the mind-muscle connection. Whichever part of the muscle is working out right now, focus on that muscle. This will really help in getting quicker results. Rest. Make sure to keep stretching in these rest periods. We have reverse snow angel coming up next. You lie down on your tummy, lift your legs a little bit, and then move your hand in circles. Raise your upper body and lower body together like a boat, and then your hands are moving forward and backward. Keep breathing. Breathe out when the hands are in front. Ten-second rest. And next coming up is swimmers. You lie down on your tummy again. Lift opposite hand, opposite leg. And your neck and upper body also a little raised. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Always keep the focus on the muscle which is being worked out right now, which is your upper back, your legs. So keep on focusing on the burn. This will really amplify the impact. We have reverse plank shoulder tap. Stand in a reverse tabletop position and keep on tapping one shoulder at a time. Make sure your focus is on your core, because all the balancing exercise need core strength in one way or another. Don't go too fast. Slowly lift your hand, tap one shoulder, then on the other side. We have dolphin plank coming up next, where you do plank on your elbows and then move your body up and down. Look at the position in the video. You make a V, reverse V, and then parallel to the ground. Focus on your core, your lower body when you are doing these movements. Keep breathing. We have T push-ups coming up next. Push-up position and then T on both sides, then again a push-up and then T on both sides. Push-up position, T on both sides. In case the push-up is difficult, you can always go on your knees, then do the push-up and then T on both sides. Next one is easy, it's back extension. You go on your tummy, extend your arms, raise your legs and then come up. Look at the position in the video. Just pull your arms back and feel the pressure in your upper back. This will really help with the bra bulge. Feel the pressure in your glutes when you raise your legs. 10-second rest. And we have dive bomber. This exercise has been taken from Surya Namaskar, I feel. You raise up in this pose and then make a mountain pose. So this is cobra pose and mountain pose, one after another. Just rise like a cobra. Don't touch your body on the ground when you do the cobra pose. And then the reverse V or the mountain pose. And keep breathing. Exhale into the cobra pose. Inhale. Keep stretching, keep rotating your arms in the middle of exercise. Now we are doing flies. Legs up and then arms till the shoulder level and then back. Look at the position of the arms, the position of the hands. You will feel the pressure in your glutes and you will also feel the pressure in the upper back. And of course, the arms are working quite nicely here. Next exercise is simple up and down plank. You come on your hands and then you come on your elbow. One time you use left hand first and another time you use right hand first. You will feel it in your core and of course in your shoulders. So stretch your shoulders, stretch your triceps and keep smiling. So now we have up pulses. You're moving your hand up non-stop. This will hurt the shoulders and the arms towards the end, but that's the intention. Now we have down pulses. Just press your arms a little bit. They need rest. Rotate the arms and go to down pulses. You'll really feel it in the shoulders, in the arms. It's hurting. Next we have to do is arm circles. Just press your arms in the middle. So these are arm circles. Make circles with your arms. Clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Try to enjoy it. I know shoulders are burning, but if we enjoy it, the pain becomes less and the fun becomes more. We're almost 50% there. It's end of set 1 that's coming up. And if you want to take a longer pause after set 1, please press pause after this exercise and we start again with set 2, which is going to be a repeat of all the exercises that we have done just now. Starting again with tricep dip. Make sure you are feeling a little bit of burn in the tricep when you do this. When you're lifting your body up, you're using your tricep and you should get some burn. Next is plank shoulder tap. You stand in a plank position and tap your shoulder one after another. Make sure you go slow and keep balancing. Focus on your core and then do it. When all the weight comes on one hand, of course that shoulder, that back muscle is working, which is the intention here. Keep breathing. You don't want to hold your breath and keep on focusing on the muscle where you're feeling the burn always in any exercise. The more you focus, the better results you will get. And keep on stretching after every exercise. It will improve your performance in the next one. Coming up next is reverse slow angel. You lie down on your stomach, lift your leg as well as upper body, and you make semicircles with both hands. Make sure you squeeze your glutes when you are doing these exercises. It will work on glute muscles as well. Again, rest for 10 seconds. If you want to do some stretching, some rotations, it will make it easy. Starting now with swimmers. One leg, one hand, alternative leg, alternative hand, goes up. Keep your neck parallel to the body. You don't want to raise your neck too much because then you may get a neck pain. And if you have any type of neck issues, preferably you keep your neck down. Next we have is reverse plank shoulder tap. You get into a reverse plank position, which is like a reverse tabletop, and touch your shoulder one after another. Try to keep your body parallel to the ground as much as possible. Towards the end it becomes difficult, but at least in the beginning, try to keep it parallel. Slow movements, not very fast. And keep breathing. Breathe out when you touch the shoulder. Coming up next is dolphin plank. Elbow plank, then move into mountain pose after that. So start with elbow plank and then move to mountain pose on your elbows. So elbow comes to 90-degree angle in one position and then 45-degree angle with the mountain. Squeeze your glutes in all these exercises. Coming up next is T push-up. You have one push-up followed by T on both sides. If you can't do full push-up, you can do half push-up on the knees. Of course, I cannot do it most of the times, the full push-up, but sometimes I'm trying to do here. But if you can't, you can always do knee push-up. It's very important that we continue the exercise. Sometimes you may not be able to do the hard exercises, but idea is to keep continuing and slowly with time we get better. Take rest. We have back extension coming up next, where you lift your upper body and lower body, squeeze your glutes and arms in the front and then in the back. You squeeze your upper body, you squeeze your glutes so that in the back you do feel a good amount of stretch. And keep breathing. Don't hold your breath in any of the exercises. Whenever we are doing any sort of movement, make sure your mind is focusing from toe to feet on where the movement is happening, because that will really help with improving the efficiency of all these workouts. We have dive bomber coming up next, which is a combination, as we spoke before, of cobra and mountain pose in the language of yoga. So you come to cobra pose and then you get into a mountain pose. Breathe out in the cobra pose, breathe in the mountain pose. And we have have lying fly coming up next, where you lift your upper body and your lower body and arms are going forward and backward till the shoulder level and then back. So you're squeezing your back, you're squeezing your glutes again. Make sure when your back is squeezed, you focus there and keep breathing. You have up and down plank coming up next. Make sure to stretch in between in these rest periods. So you get into a hand plank position and get into an elbow plank. And keep shifting. Keep alternating between right hand and left hand. And make sure to keep breathing. And guys, whenever you are breathing, it's not necessary that you have to breathe from the mouth only. If you are comfortable breathing through the nose, then please, you can continue that. But don't hold your breath. Coming up next is up pulses, down pulses, and arm rotations. If you can do it continuously, I'll suggest don't take rest. But if you can't, then please, you can take rest. So up pulses for 30 to 40 seconds, down pulses 30 to 40 seconds, and then arm rotations clockwise and anti-clockwise for another 40 seconds, and that will be end of this set too. If you can do continuously, it will have even higher burn and hence more impact. Do as much as you can. See, we should always push a little bit, but not too much. So always a little bit pushing is a good thing, and a little bit pain and working through that pain is also a good thing. So when we get burn, it's not a sign that we should stop. It's a sign that we should continue for a little bit more. And every time when we are exercising, we have to make sure that the last few sets that we do or the last few seconds that we have in HIIT, that is burning for us. A little bit, maybe not too much, but a little bit burn has to happen. And in every exercise session, at least 10% of the time should be in high burn situations, because that is what will get you the real change in your body, the real change in growth hormones, and the real bodybuilding will happen from there, and the strength will come from there. Maybe you don't want a very muscular body, but the strength in your body as you age, as you exercise, there is more wear and tear. The strength becomes extremely useful part of your life, and the more strength, the more smile you have on your face. That is it. There are going to be 2 sets, 14 exercises, 7 sets in each exercise. Each exercise is going to be 45 seconds followed by 15-second rest. So let's get started. We start with shoulder pulls. Stand upright with your feet about shoulder width apart. Hold the dumbbells above your shoulder length, and then you go up and down. Up and down. And continue for 45 seconds. Brace your core. Stand upright, spine straight, and continue to do the shoulder press. Do not lock your elbows on the top. Now rest for 15 seconds. Make sure to stretch your shoulders. Wherever you feel in the body, make sure to stretch those parts. Use these 15 seconds well. Now let's start with bent over row. First we do the right side. Stretch your legs and we use a dumbbell with your right arm up and down. Look at the position in the video. Make sure your legs are at 90-degree angle. Your left leg is at a 90-degree angle and the other leg is straight. Spine straight. I know 45 seconds is a little tough and the last 10 seconds should be tough. That means you are using the right weight according to your strength. If it is too easy, you need to increase the weight. Now 15 second well-deserved rest. Stretch your arms, stretch your body. Next, we are on bent over row on the other side. You lift the dumbbell with your left hand and the same position. Look at the camera position. Spine straight, abs tight, and dumbbell up and down, up and down. Keep on breathing, guys. When your hand goes up, exhale. Every time when your hand goes up, exhale. Last few seconds. I know this is tough, but go on. 15-second rest. Coming up next is lateral raises. Hold the dumbbells by your side and then we raise the dumbbells leading with your elbows so that they are the highest part of your arms. Make sure you are standing straight, abs tight, spine straight. Both hands up and down. So when that hand goes up, that is the time when you exhale. "15-second rest, and coming up next is upright row. You stand with your feet hip width apart, back straight, and then you lift the dumbbells away from the midline of your body. This is really good for your upper back, your shoulders, your arm. Always keep your abs engaged, back straight. And as you move against gravity, that's the time you exhale. "15-second well-deserved rest. Tricep extension is next. Stretch well. Stretch the upper body. Keep stretching. The more you stretch, the more strength you get. So now we are on tricep extension. Lift the weight and let's start. When you lower the dumbbell, make sure it touches your upper back. Back straight, abs tight, body straight, absolutely. And make sure you are not touching your head. So mind your head each time you do this exercise. To keep your arms as close to your head as possible. The last few ones are real struggle. 15-second rest. I think great, guys. Almost done with the first set. We are on the last exercise of the first set, which is bicep curl to hammer curl. You start with your palms facing up and we do the bicep, change it to a hammer position, then come down. As with all the other exercises, back straight, arms, upper arm tight. Keep your upper arm stable in this. So your upper arms should be stable. And exhale as you are moving up. Every time you push up, exhale. Well done, guys. Set 1 is over. Now take a break. If you want a longer break, you can pause here. And now we are going to repeat all these 7 exercises one by one. Set 2. We'll start with the same exercises. It is going to look repetitive, but we need it because we need to build muscle memory. So we start with the shoulder press like last time. 45 seconds of shoulder press. Weight up and down. Make sure to engage your core, your back, and push with all your strength. When you push up, that time you exhale. Do not lock your elbows at the top. In all these exercises, focus on your form. That's very, very important. Make sure you're looking at the camera and focus on the form. Even if you do a little less, but form is very important. And keep stretching in the middle whenever you get time. Now moving on to bent over row. First on the right side. Keep your back straight in this and exhale when you pull up the dumbbell. The last one should be a little difficult, otherwise the weight is too light for you. Last few seconds. Exhale as you go up. Done. Very well. 15-second rest. Stretch yourself. Now we move to the other side. Bent over row, left side. So you hold the dumbbell in your left hand and the same exercise as we did on the right side before. Go up. That's the time you exhale. Inhale down. Keep the back straight, core engaged. Make sure you're focusing on your body parts, especially the part which is burning the most, because there's a lot of mind-body connection. And the more you focus on the part which is working, the better results it will give, the better will be the muscle memory, and the better will be the output that you're looking for. Done. 15-second rest. Coming up next is lateral raise. Lateral raise. You raise the dumbbells laterally until your elbow is in line with your shoulder. So make sure it is in one line with the shoulders. Don't go above that. Back straight, core engaged. And focus on your arms. Focus on the muscles which are burning. That's extremely important. And we are done. Coming up next is upright row. We are nearly there. Last few exercises and we are going to be done. Upright row. Lift the dumbbell, stand straight, dumbbell up and down. You could do it with one dumbbell or two dumbbells, depends on what strength you have. I'm doing with single dumbbell, but you can do it with two dumbbells as well. But back straight, abs engaged. You're raising the dumbbell along the midline. Last 10 seconds, guys. Make sure to breathe as you're doing these exercises, because if you're not breathing, your strength goes down. So make sure to breathe regularly and focus on your breath and the muscle which is working out. 15-second rest. And we have tricep extension coming up next. In tricep extension, you make sure your upper arm stays stable and then you lower the weights. The weight should touch your upper back. This exercise is really good for triceps, and especially for females, I feel it is really beneficial. It works almost immediately. Last 10 seconds. I know last ones are tough. If the last few seconds are tough, means you have selected the right weight. Maybe I selected a little bit too much for me. Okay, 15-second rest. And we are on the last exercise of this session, which is bicep curl to hammer curl. Pick up your dumbbells, first the bicep curl, and then we change to hammer curl. So while going up, it is bicep curl. While coming down, it is hammer curl. Make sure to keep your upper arm stable and as close to the body as possible. When you are lifting, focus on your biceps and make sure your core is engaged. Your back is absolutely straight. Maybe I have lifted too heavy weights. You can always change. Going to be 22 exercises, 30 seconds on, followed by a 5 to 10 second break. We start with arm circles. Let's get started. Just make circles with your arm, first anti-clockwise and then after some time you do clockwise. These are the exercises we need for perfect arms. And it will get easier as you do it more and more. The next one is forward and back pulses. Your hands move forward and then back. simple as you see in the video. Then you start doing full forward and backward. Look at the video. The next one is down pulses. No break here. Look at the video. You have to move your arms up and down, up and down. This is without break. It will burn a little, but it will get easier, and this is all worth it, guys. Without a break, we move to up pulses. Start lifting your hand a little bit from your shoulders. Keep your arms straight, and the movement must be happening from your shoulders. One is arm rotation. It is as if you are making a little rainbow with your hands, clockwise and then anti-clockwise. I know you want to take a break, plus please, break is coming very soon, and keep doing. Don't give up. The next one is tricep dip. Take a quick 10-second break, not minute, 10-second break, and we move to tricep dip. Keep your core engaged. Make sure your focus is also on your core. And try to feel it in your triceps. Then 10-second rest, and then inchworm push-up coming up next. If you can do full push-up, do full push-up, otherwise on your knees like you're seeing in the video. Walk in the front, on your knees, straight push-up. Make sure when you do the push-up, you feel it in your chest. Keep your back straight, keep your core engaged. Second rest. We have tricep shoulder tap coming up next. You have to put yourself in a tabletop position and touch your shoulders one after another. Keep the core strong. We have plank shoulder tap coming up next. Get into a plank position and then tap your shoulder one after another, just as you see in the video. Again, keep your back tight, keep your core engaged. Second rest. We have the rocking plank coming up next. You get into a plank position and move your body forward and backward. Keep your body as close to the ground as possible. make sure you are engaging your core, keeping your back straight. I know it gets tough. It is definitely tough for me as well. But as we do more practice, we become stronger. We have T push-up coming up next. You do a T plank and then one push-up. Then again T plank, one push-up. One side, on your knees, one push-up. The other side please. Again one push-up. I like these exercises in which it's compound muscles, because in 30 seconds, it gets a little easier if there is variety in the exercise. You wouldn't even know and 30 seconds would be over. Last 5 seconds remaining. We have up and down plank coming up next. Take a quick break and up and down plank. So you get into an elbow plank, then a palm plank, up and down. And keep alternating the hands. Keep the core engaged, back straight, and keep your body as straight as possible. We have Superman coming up next. So this is the time to become Superman or Superwoman. With all these exercises, I have no doubt that in some days we will be working as Supermen and Superwomen. Look at the position, quite an easy exercise to do. It works really well on your lower back, on your spine. You're lifting your hands and your legs together. Try to keep the knees straight as you do this. We have one arm push-up coming up next. This one is a little tough, but make sure to engage. Do not give up. You can, even if you're starting and not able to do the full 30 seconds, do whatever you can, but do not give up. As you can see, it's very difficult for me as well. You just have to push your body up on one. About to end. Now we move to the other side. If we do these sessions on a regular basis, your arms will start to feel so good, and then when you have that dress that you really wanted to wear but could not wear because of your saggy triceps, give it a month. Give this exercise a month and you will see the difference. We have plank rotation coming up next after a quick break of 5 more seconds. Plank rotation. They're just moving from one T plank to another. T on one side and then T on the other side. Look at the feet position. Keep your core engaged, back engaged. Make sure when you are exercising, you are focusing on those muscles which are getting worked, where you are feeling the pain, where you're feeling the stretch. Because when we focus on those muscles, that is a time when neuro connections start building up and you will see a muscle growth, you will see a body growth. We have crab walk, toe touch next. So get into a tabletop position, walk like a crab, forward, then touch your toe, backward, down. Now again a quick 10-second break, and after that we'll repeat the exercises that we did in the first one. We start with arm circles, clockwise and anti-clockwise. 30 seconds for this. I know your arms are already tired, you don't want to do this, but this is not the time you want to give up. This is actually the end. Just 4 more exercises and we will be done. We have the forward and back pulses coming up next. No break, just move straight to forward and back pulses. I know you just want to give up at this stage because your arms are burning, but believe me, this is a time when the mind works really hard to make those muscles strong. We have down pulses coming up next, straight. Want your shoulders stronger, don't feel too bad for them right now and move straight to up pulses. We want our shoulders to be very strong. We have so much of work and so much of heavy lifting to do all in our life. Yes? Coming up next, you're making rainbows just like you did earlier in this schedule. That's it, guys. That's it. I know you really worked very hard. Give yourself a pat on the back for working so hard with me today.
That's it, guys. That was all in today's session. It was arms and upper body workout. I hope they are burning a little bit, but that's the good burn which we always want, because that's how you grow your body. And please show your love in the comment section below and share this content if you like it. And please share your suggestions on how we can do better and stronger workouts together.